carrying the ruins with the smoke still in my hair. Every dream had turned to embers, every hope was barely there. I laid down what I could not save, I brought my broken offering. The mercy touched the silent dust, and ashes bloom before the King. I thought the fire had ended me, I thought the loss had closed the spring, but grace was working underneath the ashes at the feet of the King. Ashes bloom before the King, life rose where sorrow used to sing. What was burned became a garden, what was lost grew wings. Mercy moved through everything, hope returned like morning rain. When I bowed with empty hands, ashes bloom before the King. The ground I called forgotten was the place he chose to heal. Every scar became a witness that his promise still was real. I had no crown, I had no gold, only tears that I could bring. But heaven saw the hidden seed, and ashes bloomed before the King. And not by strength and not by pride, and not by anything I claimed, but by the love that finds the broken and calls it dead by name. Ashes bloom before the King, life rose where sorrow used to sing. What was burned became a garden, what was lost grew wings. Mercy moved through everything, hope returned like morning rain. When I bowed with empty hands, ashes bloom before the King. Let the smoke become a song, let the dust remember grace. Let the ground I thought was barren turn into a holy place, where the fire left me weeping, where the night had clipped my wings. There the Lord restored my spirit. Ashes bloom before the King. Ashes bloom before the King, life rose where sorrow used to sing. What was burned became a garden, what was lost grew wings. Mercy moved through everything, hope returned like morning rain. When I bow with empty hands, ashes bloom before the King. I can't carry in the ruins, but I left with praise to sing. For the Lord made beauty rise, and ashes bloom before the King. I stood low inside the valley, where the shadows gathered wide. Every mountain looked like judgment, every fear stood at my side. The battle cried around me, dust was burning in the air, but a whisper moved through above the valley. Mercy waved against the night. Hope stood taller than the mountains. Faith burned brighter than the fire. What was meant to break my courage became the field where grace prevailed. God declared His name above me. Banners rose above the fell. The valley still remembered where my trembling feet had been. But banners rose above it, and the Lord became my victory. The house was still and heavy. Every window held the dark. I was waiting with a question and a tired, trembling heart. No sunrise on the mountain, no answer in my sight. Only one small flame of mercy holding back the night. I thought my hope was fading, I thought my prayer had thinned, but grace kept burning quietly where fear had entered. Candles burned through midnight, faith held through the cold. Mercy kept a little flame when my hands could barely hold. Even when the night grew deeper, even when I lost the fight, God was with me in the waiting. Candles burned through midnight. Every hour felt like silence, every shadow felt too near. But the flame became a promise that the Lord still heard me there. I had wanted blazing heavens, I had wanted thunder bright, but He taught my soul to trust Him by a candle in the night. Not every light comes roaring, not every answer breaks the sky. Sometimes hope is fell on the dry bones, where the valley held its dead. Dust was clinging to the promise. Fear was speaking in my head. Every bone looked like an ending. Every breath felt overthrown. Then heaven leaned down softly, and dew fell on the dry bones. I thought the valley had no future. I thought the grave had claimed the stones, but mercy moved before the thunder. Dew fell on the dry bones. Dew fell on the dry bones. Dew fell on the dry bones. Grace touched what was gone. Life began to gather where the night had lingered long. Hope came quiet in the valley. Mercy settled like a song. God was breathing in the silence. Dew fell on the dry bones. I'd seen too many endings. I had buried too much pain. I had called the field forgotten. I had doubted spring again. But the Lord spoke through the stillness, and the ground began to groan. Every lifeless place remembered. It was never left alone. Before the wind became a river, before the dead rose from the dust, the gentleness of holy mercy taught my heart to trust. Dew fell on the dry bones. Dew fell on the dry bones. Grace touched what was gone. Life began to gather where the night had lingered long. Hope came quiet in the valley. Mercy settled like a song. God was breathing in the silence. Dew fell on the dry bones. Breathe again, rise again. Let the valley hear your name. Bone to bone, heart to flame. Let the dead receive your rain. What was scattered, what was still, now awakens by your will. Dew fell on the dry bones. Dew fell on the dry bones. Grace touched what was gone. Life began to gather where the night had lingered long. Hope came quiet in the valley. Mercy settled like a song. God was breathing in the silence. Dew fell on the dry bones. I walked among the silence, but I did not leave alone. For morning touched the valley, and dew fell on the dry bones. I was walking through the valley with my strength beneath the dust. Every step felt like surrender, every breath was losing trust. But above my weary silence, where my eyes could barely see, eagles circled over mercy, calling hope to rise in me. I thought the ground had claimed my story, I thought my wings were torn away. Then heaven moved above my weakness and told my soul to say, eagles circled over mercy, grace was higher than my pain, hope was soaring through the heavens, calling me to rise again. When I could not climb the mountain, when I could not cross the sea, God was lifting up my spirit, eagles circled over mercy. I had fallen in the shadows, I had listened to my fear, I had thought the sky was distant, but His promise still was near. Every feather in the sunlight, every wing against the blue, was a sign that I was carried by a love forever true. Not by power, not by striving, not by strength I called my own, but by mercy underneath me, I was never left alone. Eagles circled over mercy, grace was higher than my pain, hope was soaring through the heavens, calling me to rise again. When I could not climb the mountain, when I could not cross the sea, God was lifting up my spirit, eagles circled over mercy. Teach me how to rise, teach me how to wait, teach me how to show when the hour feels late. Above every valley, above every sea, your mercy spreads its wings and carries me. Eagles circled over mercy, grace was higher than my pain, hope was soaring through the heavens, calling me to rise again. When I could not climb the mountain, when I could not cross the sea, God was lifting up my spirit, eagles circled over mercy. I was low beneath the valley, but my heart began to see the sky was full of promise. Eagles circled over mercy. Beside the midnight shore, with waves beneath the moon, the storm had stolen every song, the dark had entered every room. Then a fire touched the surface where no flame should ever stay, and the waters caught the glory of a light that made a way. I thought the deep would drown the promise, I thought the flood would end the prayer, but mercy burned above the current, and God was moving my doubt. Call me from the boat when the night is crying out. If the sea keeps rising, if the waves grow taller, I will fix my eyes on mercy. Flames dancing on the water.
Flames dance upon the water. Light walked across the sea. Grace defied the raging waves and came alive in me.
What I feared became an altar. What I faced became a door. When the Lord stepped through the tempest, flames danced upon the water. The storm still had a voice, but it no longer held my fear. For fire walked upon the waves, and the Lord was drawing near.
Gates trembled at the whisper.
I stood before the iron gates with chains around my hands. No army marched beside me, no sword obeyed command. The walls were cold and silent, the night was thick with fear. Then a whisper moved through heaven, and mercy drew near. I thought the lock was stronger, I thought the prison owned my name. But one soft word from glory made the darkness shake. Gates trembled at the whisper, chains fell at his name. Mercy spoke into the silence, and nothing stayed the same. What was sealed began to open, what was bound began to stir. Freedom came without a thunder. Gates trembled at the whisper. I had waited in the shadows, counting every passing hour. I had measured all my weakness against the enemy's power. But the Lord was never absent, He was working through the night. And the smallest sound from heaven carried everlasting might. Not by shouting, not by armies, not by strength the proud prefer, but by one breath of His promise the gates began to stir. Gates trembled at the whisper, chains fell at His name. Mercy spoke into the silence, and nothing stayed the same. What was sealed began to open, what was bound began to stir. Freedom came without a thunder. Gates trembled at the whisper. Whisper over fear, whisper over shame, whisper through prayers until the stones remember grace. Let the bolts break loose, let the darkness blur, let my soul walk out in wonder as the gates tremble at the whisper. Gates trembled at the whisper. Chains fell at his name. Mercy spoke into the silence, and nothing stayed the same. What was sealed began to open. What was bound began to stir. Freedom came without a thunder. Gates trembled at the whisper. Walked out into morning with no chain and no jailer, for the Lord had softly spoken, and gates trembled at the whisper. Gates trembled at the whisper. The mountain where the daylight could not reach, with fear beneath my breathing, with sorrow too deep to speak. The cave became my shelter, but it also held my pain. Then a sound rose through the darkness like mercy calling out my name. I thought the rocks would keep me silent. I thought the night, but heaven found my hiding place, and harps began to play. Harps echoed in the cave, grace sang through the stone, mercy filled the hidden place where I thought I was alone. When my voice was weak and shaken, when my heart could barely pray, God put music in the darkness, harps echoed in the cave. Every shadow heard the melody, every wall received the sound. Every fear that tried to hold me lost its grip and fell down. I had run from all the battles, I had hidden from the day, but the Lord restored my courage through a song inside the cave. Not every throne is in a palace, not every praise begins in light. Sometimes worship starts in hiding and breaks open the night. Harps echoed in the cave, grace sang through the stone, mercy filled the hidden place where I thought I was alone. When my voice was weak and shaken, when my heart could barely pray, God put music in the darkness, harps echoed in the cave. Let the hollow place remember, let the silence turn to song. Let the fear that kept me hidden know that mercy made me strong. Even in the mountain, fall from open day, the Lord can raise a hallelujah where harps echo in the cave. Harps echoed in the cave, grace sang through the stone. Mercy filled the hidden place where I thought I was alone. When my voice was weak and shaken, when my heart could barely pray, God put music in the darkness, harps echoed in the cave. Entered with my sorrow, but I left with praise He gave. For heaven sang beside me, and harps echoed in the cave. Cracked and weary, the floor was stained with tears. Every corner held a memory of my failures and my fears. I had no perfect offering, no song that felt in tune, but mercy lit the altar and incense filled the broken room. I thought the place was ruined, too scarred to carry praise. Then heaven breathed through every fracture and turned my grief to flame. Incense filled the broken room, prayer rose through the dust. Grace moved in the silence and taught my heart to trust. What was shattered became holy, what was empty started to bloom. God was near my wounded places, incense filled the broken room. Incense filled the broken room. I had hidden in the shadows, ashamed of what remained. But the Lord did not despise the house that sorrow stained. Every crack became a doorway, every wound became perfume. When worship rose from weakness, incense filled the broken room. Not by beauty, not by order, not by walls without a scar, but by mercy in the ruins. God revealed how close you are. Incense filled grace moved in the silence and taught my heart to trust. What was shattered became holy. What was empty started to bloom. God was near my wounded places. Incense filled the broken were still cracked open, but the darkness had no claim. For incense filled the broken room, and mercy stayed. I brought the jars in silence, empty vessels chipped and worn. Everyone a quiet witness of the lack that I had borne. I had counted all my limits, I had measured every seed. Then the Lord spoke through the little, and jars poured beyond the need. I thought the oil would fail me, I thought the blessing would cease, but grace kept moving through my hands with overflowing peace. Jars poured beyond the need, mercy multiplied the seed. What I thought was barely enough became abundance I could see. Grace ran over every vessel, hope rose where fear would plead. God provided more than measure, jars poured beyond the need. Door was closed, but faith was open. No crowd was there to see, just a widow and a promise in a room of mystery. Every drop became a sermon, every vessel learned to sing. For the God who fills the empty turns the poor into kings. Not by silver, not by storehouses, not by what the world can give, but by one word from the Father, the empty learn to live. Jars poured beyond the need, mercy multiplied the seed. What I thought was barely enough became abundance I could see. Grace ran over every vessel, hope rose where fear would plead. God provided more than measure, jars poured beyond the need. Bring the small, bring the dry, bring the place where dreams went quiet. Pour again, trust again, let the blessing never end. What was little in my hand became mercy by command. Jars poured beyond the need, mercy multiplied the seed. What I thought was barely enough became abundance I could see. Grace ran over every vessel, hope rose where fear would plead. God provided more than measure, jars poured beyond the need. Oh, I came afraid of nothing, but left with praise indeed. my skin. Chains were cold around my story. Fear was whispering within. No God had shown me mercy. No door had made a sound. But heaven stepped into the silence, and glory filled the ground. I thought the locks had named me. I thought my hope was gone. Then grace moved through the darkness before the coming dawn. Keys turned inside the prison. Chains fell in the night. Mercy opened what was sealed and led me toward the light. What was meant to hold me captive lost its power and its vision. God spoke freedom through the darkness. Keys turned inside the prison. I had prayed with tired breathing. I had sung with trembling lips. Every note became a doorway, every tear a holy gift. The walls began to listen, the stones began to shake. For the Lord who hears the captive can make every dungeon break. Not by strength and not by shouting, not by hands that force the bars, but by mercy moving near me like the rising of the stars. Keys turned inside the prison. Chains fell in the night. Mercy opened what was sealed and led me toward the light. What was meant to hold me captive lost its power and its vision. God spoke freedom through the darkness. Keys turned inside the prison. Open every hidden cell, break the grip of every lie. Let the captive hear your promise, let the wounded lift their eyes. Where the darkness claimed dominion, where the silence tried to stay, let your freedom turn the keys and roll the stone away. Keys turned inside the prison. Chains fell in the night. Mercy opened what was sealed and led me toward the light. What was meant to hold me captive lost its power and its vision. God spoke freedom through the darkness. Keys turned inside the prison. I walked out into morning, no longer bound by night. For keys turned inside the prison, and mercy became my life. I walked a road of shadows with no city in my sight. Every step was full of questions, every turn was wrapped in night. I had fear the path was empty, I felt the cold wind blow. Then mercy lit the edges and lamps shine beside the road. I thought I needed daylight, I thought I needed signs, but grace gave just enough to walk one step at a time. glow became a prayer. Every mile I thought was lonely found his presence waiting there. I asked to see the ending, I had begged to know the way, but the Lord gave light for walking, not for fearing yesterday. Not all guidance comes like thunder, not all answers split the sky. Sometimes heaven lights the roadside and teaches trust nearby. Lamp shine beside the road, faith burns soft and low, mercy marked the pathway where my weary feet should go. When the distance felt uncertain, when the night became my load, God was guiding me with kindness. Lamp shine beside the road. Light my next step, hold my weak hand, lead me through the valley when I cannot understand. I will follow in the quiet, I will trust what you have shown, for your word is still a lantern, and your love still leads me home. Lamp shine beside the road, faith burns soft and low, mercy marked the pathway where my weary feet should go. When the distance felt uncertain, when the night became my load, God was guiding me with kindness. Lamp shine beside the road. I did not see the whole path, but I never walked alone. Grace was burning through the darkness, lamp shine beside the road. I slept beneath the desert sky, with hunger in my chest. No field around to harvest, no table set for rest. The night was cold and endless, my strength was almost gone, but mercy had a promise, waiting with the dawn. I thought the sand was empty, I thought my need was warning, then heaven covered barren ground, and manna waited with the morning. Manna waited with the morning, graceful, soft and white, mercy met the hungry. dance with the moon in. Manna waited with the morning. Grace fell soft and white. Grace fell soft and mercy met the hungry. At the breaking of the light, what I could not gather yesterday was given fresh again. Faithful in the wilderness. Manna waited with the morning.
I woke with empty hands, but I rose with praise adorning. The desert held a miracle.
Manna waited with the morning.
I woke with empty hands, but I rose with praise adorning.
I saw the darkness over kingdoms. I saw crowns grow weak with pride. Every throne had built its shadow. Every wall it tried to hide. Then a light broke through the heavens, not with fear and not with might. And the proudest voices tremble as nations bow beneath the light. No sword could claim the glory, no empire owned the night. For mercy rose above them all, and nations bowed beneath the light. Nations bowed beneath the light. Kings grew silent in his name. Grace stood higher than the mountains. Mercy burned through every claim. Every border heard the promise. Every shadow lost the fight. Hope was lifted over all. Nations bowed beneath the light. I had watched the world grow restless, heard the thunder of its wars, seen the hungry and forgotten, sleeping outside golden doors. But the Lord who sees the lowly came with justice burning bright, and the weak were not abandoned when nations bowed beneath the light. Not by power that oppresses, not by glory built on sin, but by truth that heals the wounded and holds every trembling hand. Every hill had disappeared, every road was washed away. Waited by the window with a trembling, tired heart. Then a dove returned with promise, and olive branches touched the flood. I thought the storm had taken all, I thought the waters judged the ground. Then mercy flew across the sky and brought a living Savior. Olive branches touched the flood, peace came over rising mud. Grace returned with tender leaves, where fear had spilled its blood. What had covered every valley could not bury holy love. Hope came back on gentle wings, olive branches touched the flood. Every wave had told a story, every wind had tested faith. But the ark was held by mercy, and the promise did not break. I had longed to see the mountain, longed to feel the solid ground. Then the smallest sign of green turned my mourning into sound. Not every rescue comes at once, not every storm ends with the sun. Sometimes hope returns in pieces before the work is done. Olive branches touched the flood, peace came over rising mud. Grace returned with tender leaves, where fear had spilled its blood. What had covered every valley could not bury holy love. Hope came back on gentle wings, olive branches touched the flood. Bring the branch, bring the sign, tell my soul it is not night. Bring the peace, bring the green, show me what my eyes have not seen. Though the waters still surround me, though the sky still wears the storm, there is life beyond the judgment, there is mercy being born. Olive branches touched the flood, peace came over rising mud. Grace returned with tender leaves, where fear had spilled its blood. What had covered every valley could not bury holy love. Hope came back on gentle wings, olive branches touched the The rain became a memory, the dove rose through the clouds above, and peace returned on fragile leaves. Olive branches touched the flood. Between the wilderness and the fear of what was near, with the desert stretched before us and the pasture full of spears. No map was in our keeping, no road was clear in sight, but heaven stood before us and pillars glowed across the night. I thought the dark would blind me, I thought the way was gone. Then mercy rose like fire and led my spirit on. Pillars glowed across the night, grace became our guiding flame. Mercy moved before the weary and called us out by name. Where the road was lost in shadow, where the stars were dim from sight, God was leading through the day. silence. Lead me through the sand. Lead me when I tremble and cannot understand. Cloud above my sorrow, fight before my fight. I will follow where you guide me. Pillars glowing through the night. Pillars glowing through the night. Grace became my life. Mercy moved before the weary and called us out by name. Where the road was lost in shadow, where the stars were dim from sight, God was leading through the desert. Pillars glowed across the night. We walked out of bondage toward a promise burning bright. Never alone beneath the heavens, pillars glowed across the night. The fields were bare beneath the evening, no grain was left to find. Hunger walked beside the people, fear was heavy on the mind. We had questioned every promise, we had counted every need. Then the wind began to answer and quails came over empty fields. I thought the sky had closed above me, I thought the ground would never yield, but heaven sent provision flying. Quails came over empty fields. Quails came over empty fields. Grace moved on the wind. Mercy fed the weary when our strength was wearing thin. What was barren saw his kindness. What was hungry learned to kneel. God remembered every cry. Quails came over empty fields. We had walked through dust and silence, with tomorrow still unknown. Every step became a question, every night felt far from home. But the Lord who hears the desert saw the weakness we concealed, and he filled the open heavens over all our empty fields. Not by bonds and not by harvest, not by what our hands could build, but by mercy from the Father, every hungry heart was fed. Quail came over empty fields. Grace moved on the wind. Mercy fed the weary when our strength was wearing thin. What was barren saw his kindness. What was hungry learned to kneel. God remembered every cry. Quails came over empty fields. Send your mercy on the wind. Feed the places worn and thin. Teach my heart that you are near, even when the land is dim. If the fields are bare before me, if my hands have nothing still, I will trust the God of heaven over every empty field. Quails came over empty fields. Grace moved on the wind. Mercy fed the weary when our strength was wearing thin. What was barren saw his kindness. The evening saw him heal, and grace came down like wings. Quails came over empty fields. I waited by the lonely brook with silence all around. No table set before me, no harvest in the ground. The world had dried beneath the sun, the valley bowed its head. Then mercy crossed the empty sky, and ravens brought the hidden bread. I thought my need was buried, I thought my hope had fled, but God has stored provision where my eyes had never read. Ravens brought the hidden bread, grace came through the air, mercy found the secret place and met my hunger there. When the fields had lost their harvest, when the stream ran low ahead, God was faithful in the silence. Ravens brought the hidden bread. Every morning held a wonder, every evening held a sign that the Lord who feeds creation had remembered even mine. I had feared the empty season, I had questioned what he said, but the answer came on dark wings, carrying the hidden bread. Not by roads that I had chosen, not by storms that I could see, but by strange and holy mercy, provision came to me. Ravens brought the hidden bread, grace came through the air, mercy found the secret place and met my hunger there. When the fields had lost their harvest, when the stream ran low ahead, God was faithful in the silence. Ravens brought the hidden bread. Feed me in the hidden place, hold me in the drought. Teach my weary heart to trust when fear begins to shout. You can send a river, you can send the rain, you can use the unseen wings to bring me bread again. Ravens brought the hidden bread, grace came through the air, mercy found the secret place and met my hunger there. When the fields had lost their harvest, when the stream ran low ahead, God was faithful in the silence. Ravens brought the hidden bread. The stream ran low I waited by the lonely brook, but I was never left for dead. The Lord had sent his mercy, ravens brought the hidden bread. held its breath. Some hearts were cold as winter, some voices feared the threat. But glory moved among us, and mercy filled the ways. If every tongue had fallen still, the stones would cry out praise. I thought the song was fragile, I thought the fear would stay, but worship rose from everything that stood along the way. Stones cried out in praise, grace shook the dust away. Mercy filled the quiet ground and made the mountains shake. When the voices fell to silence, when the night tried to erase, creation still remembered him. Stones cried out in praise, stones cried out in praise. Every rock became a witness, every hill became a choir. Every path beneath his footsteps held a hidden holy fire. I had thought my song was little, I had thought my faith was faint, but the earth itself was waiting to proclaim his holy name. No wall can hold his glory, no fear can stop the sound, for the King of endless mercy makes worship from the ground. Stones cried out in praise, grace shook the dust awake. Mercy filled the quiet ground and made the mountains shake. When the voices fell to silence, when the night tried to erase, creation still remembered him. Stones cried out in praise. Let the valleys lift their voices, let the mountains bow and sing, let the rivers clap like thunder, let the earth receive the King. If my heart grows weak with sorrow, if my lips forget the phrase, teach my soul to rise again, where stones cry out in praise. Stones cried out in praise, grace shook the dust away. Mercy filled the quiet ground and made the mountains shake. When the voices fell to silent praise, when the night tried to erase, creation still remembered him. Stones cried out in praise. The road was full of silence, but heaven filled the place, and even dust remembered, stones cried out in praise. Around the city with the promise in our feet. No sword could break the towers, no hand could split the street. The stones looked high above us, the gates were proud and tall, but faith kept moving forward till trumpets woke the falling walls. I thought the silence meant defeat, I thought the answer storm. Then heaven filled the final breath, and trumpets woke the fallen walls. surrender. Every step became a prayer. Every quiet day of waiting proved the Lord was working there. I had wanted instant thunder, I had wanted fire to fall, but obedience held the rhythm till trumpets woke the fallen walls. Not by power, not by numbers, not by pride or human name, but by faith beneath His promise. The impossible was changed. Trumpets woke the fallen walls. Grace rose with the sound. Mercy shook the fortress till the stones came crashing down. What had stood against the promise lost its power, lost its call. God was faithful in the shouting. Trumpets woke the falling wall. March again around the fear. March again though nothing moves. Hold the promise, lift the sound. Trust the Lord to bring you through when the final moment rises. When the silence hears the call, raise your faith like holy thunder. Trumpets wake the falling walls. Trumpets woke the falling walls. Grace rose with the sound. Mercy shook the fortress till the stones came crashing down. What had stood against the promise lost its power, lost its call. God was faithful in the shouting. Trumpets woke the fallen wall. 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 The city lost its shadow. The promise stood through all, and victory filled the morning. Trumpets woke the